back with Headbangers Ball, where right now we're starting our countdown to one of the most important new album releases of '96. Coming at you on the 26th of February, it's Roots, the new album from Sepultura. Fantastic record it is too, let me tell you. And joining me tonight in the studio for a preliminary chat about the new album, it's Max from Sepultura. So welcome down to Headbangers Ball. Max, Happy New Year. How are you?
Good. Happy New Year to everybody watching the show.
Thank you. That's good. Now, just to kind of kick off with the new record, there's so much to talk about. I actually had a problem narrowing down my questions, but you've called the album Roots, and on listening to it, it seems that that should be taken in the broadest sense of the word, because you've gone back to your roots musically, spiritually, language-wise, and also literally. Could you kind of explain the concept behind the Roots title and the album?
Well, yeah, it's called Roots, but it's not a conceptual album, I don't think. It has a lot to do with one, but it was not considered one from the beginning, you know. Because it's still with all the Brazilian elements, percussion, the tribes. There is also a very heavy feeling of other stuff from music that we're influenced to right now. Still heavier music, rap, whatever, all other kinds of stuff, you know. So it's all a big mix, but I think it's definitely, in a way, the most Brazilian influenced Sepultura record.
Definitely. And did you approach it, the songwriting, to a different way than you did with Chaos AD?
Yeah.
What was different?
Just more simple. Even cutting down, making more simple than Chaos AD, and Ross, that produced the album.
Who did the Korn record, who we also love that record.
He also added a lot of the spontaneity, you know, some kind of a different nail bomb feeling to it, which is going to the studio with an attitude of let things happen and don't really predict that much. Which that's why we have songs like Rata Mahata.
Yes, that's one of my favorites.
and Look Away. They were done in 2 days. Before we went to the studio, those songs didn't even exist.
Wow, very spontaneous. I was wondering, did you, the album is extremely heavy. I mean, you could have gone softer, but you chose to go heavier. But not heavy, perhaps not in the same way as Chaos AD. Did you kind of redefine your idea of heaviness?
We're trying to do something that it's still heavy, because that's, you know, there's the music we like, and we didn't want to let any old fan down, really, because it's really, you know, really sad when you do something and a lot of people, you know, see as a commercial thing. But on the other hand, you know, we want to keep moving forward, trying to find somehow original sound, that it's the Sepultura sound. I think it's pretty close now of that combination, you know, because we started with Chaos AD 3 years ago, a little bit of the combination of percussion and heavy music.
Right.
This is probably just a done in a bigger way, wider,
more adventurous,
more adventure, more extreme. We hope the you know, the people have open mind to understand the record, because we definitely thought that it had a lot of vibes all the way from beginning to the end.
Right. Yes, it's a fantastic album, let me tell you. And Max has got 2 exclusive announcements for us on Headbangers Ball tonight. And the first one is that Sepultura are going to be touring very soon. Tell us about the Terrorist Tour.
Terrorist Tour, great name.
Yeah, I like it.
It's an old idea, actually, that never came to life before, and it coincided that was the right time to do it right now with Roots, which is playing in Europe for the first time. We never played anything from Roots yet, since the album's been recorded. So we're going to try those songs in smaller venues, kind of like the venues we played in 1989 with Sodom.
Right, I remember those days. So literally going back to your Roots live as well.
Yeah, it's some kind of a first appearance to the fans, in the same way as we first did when we first stepped in Europe in '89.
Yes,
so
I remember.
It should be really cool, you know. I think it's going to have a great atmosphere.
Definitely. Hot, sweaty, just the way we like it. And right now, this is the European premiere of the tour dates for the Sepultura Terrorist Tour. Check this out. saw them for the first first time on Headbangers Ball. That's where you can catch Sepultura live around Europe on the Terrorist Tour. And just going quickly back to the album, Roots, you had a lot of guests on the record. Can you tell us who joined you?
Okay, there's a lot of
them. There's a lot.
So I don't want to forget anybody. There's Carlinhos Brown, which is the percussionist from Brazil. Did most of the percussion with us. There's Mike Patton, Fate No More, and Mr. Bungle. Jonathan from Korn.
From Korn, yeah.
And DJ Lito from House of Pain. And also Dave, the drummer of Korn, also playing right in Hata Mahata.
Brilliant.
And it started like we didn't want to put that many people. It started just with Mike, really the original idea. Just Mike Patton this time. But it was kind of like a snowball, and the atmosphere felt great in the studio. And Ross is really good friends with DJ Lito. He came to the studio and we just say, well, let's just do it with everybody, might as well do, a real psychotic version of the song. And it ended up being, I think, like that Look Away is one of the most twisted songs we ever wrote.
I'll vouch for that. Well, we're going to talk to Max some more in just a moment, but we've got some Sepultura on video on the way. Now, the new video for the first single, Roots, Bloody Roots, that is out on the 12th of February, so the video isn't quite ready yet. So right now we're going to turn the clock back to Chaos AD, and we're going to have a look at Slave New World. All right, we're still talking to Max from Sepultura about the new album Roots, out on the 26th of February. And just touching briefly on the lyrics, Max, they're still very angry, very twisted, and also very political. But there are also lyrics showing some other aspects of life in Brazil. Was it a challenge to kind of change the writing direction a little bit?
No, I think it was necessary to not turn into somehow a repetition kind of thing. The same with the music, we applied the same thing. I was looking for different subjects and topics. I think the new album is more personal too.
Right.
The lyrics are more, I wrote 90% of them this time. Before it used to be just me and Andreas. Right,
so you went back to really more of your time in Brazil and kind
of like inner self kind of lyrics. I think it's very connected to the fan, really, just people, street level kind of people and stuff.
Good. There's so much to talk about with this album. You've got the Brazilian tribe chanting on it and so on, but overall, what do you think will surprise Sepultura fans most about Roots?
I think the fact that we took even further than Chaos AD without losing the raw edge.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Good. Well, I'll agree with that, actually. Now, we've got another exclusive announcement from Max, and we have got the most fantastic Sepultura competition for you. So Max is going to tell us all about it.
Well, your mission, should you decide to accept it, is to become a Sepultura video terrorist for one night. You'll be flown to the Sepultura show in Copenhagen, Denmark on the 9th February, where armed with all access pass and camcorder, you record your own very report of the gig. To complete the mission, then be flown to London to edit the report for screening on Headbangers Ball that Sunday. So if you want to become our one and only video terrorist with the chance to file an exclusive video diary showing what life on the road with Sepultura is like, then just answer the simple question. Name one of the guests who appear on the new album, Roots. Put your answer on a postcard along with your name, age, address, and phone number, and send them to Sepultura Video Terrorist Competition, MTV's Headbangers Ball, PO Box 1384, London, NW1 8UH, England. It's the prize of a lifetime, so make sure you get your entry in fast.
Fantastic. Brilliant. So you can be a video terrorist with Sepultura, hanging out at the show, all access pass with your own camcorder, filming the band and filing a report for Headbangers Ball. And of course you'll be naturally meeting the guys, hanging out with them on stage and backstage. Fantastic prize. So thanks for joining me, Max. Lovely to see you, and congratulations with the new record. It is absolutely stunning.
Thanks.
And I enjoyed listening to it, and I'm going to be listening to it a whole lot more over the next few weeks. And as I said, just a preliminary chat with Max tonight, because we're going to be catching up with Sepultura a lot more, and we're going to have a whole show dedicated to the band and the Roots album in the coming weeks and months. So for tonight, I'll thank Max, and we'll see him soon. And we're going to our next short break, but stick around. We're going to be bringing you a report on Alice in Chains, and in fact, we've got an Alice in Chains competition as well coming up after these messages.